here we are. You guys like my new VTube model? It's not permanent, and it's actually not even a VTube model, it's more of a PNG tube model. But yeah, I drew it myself, rigged it myself using PNG Tuber Plus, but that's not why we're here right now. We're here because I'm gonna be answering some questions that you guys had regarding episode 2. I figured it would be kind of cool if we did like a Q&A after every episode, in case you guys had a bunch of like burning questions that you wanted to ask and that I could answer for you, so yeah. Before I do that, there were some things that I needed to bring up regarding the future of Revamped. I'm sure most of you guys know this already, but it took over 2 years to produce episode 2, right? Which is not something I can just do forever. You know what I mean? I spent 18 months producing the pilot episode, and then I spent over 20 months making episode 2. Actually, it was way over 20 months. It was like almost 30, I want to say. But yeah, this isn't really feasible for me. I can't just keep making these episodes like once every 2 to 3 years. It's a lot for one person to do, and therefore I literally just cannot animate full-length episodes of Revamped anymore. Now, before you guys get upset, Revamped is not going away. I'm still going to be working on new episodes, I'm still going to be posting revamped content. Yeah, the content's still going to be here, it's not going away. All I'm saying is that I just can't animate full-length episodes anymore. I already did it once, and that was a really big deal, and then I was stupid enough to do it a second time. And, you know, doing it the first time was fine, doing it a second time just really took a toll on my mental health. Like, even though episode 2 was shorter, it actually ended up taking way longer. So many factors changed. When I made episode 2, I got a job, I take more time for myself now, so like, I just don't have it in me to continue doing big projects like that. Again, we are going to continue the series, they're just not going to be fully animated. From here on out, full-length episodes of Revamped are probably going to have to stay as animatic, because doing all this by yourself is just too much for one person. I hope that clears things up. Episode 3 is still coming. But yeah, let's jump into these questions. I wrote down 25 questions, and I'm going to try to answer them as best as I can, so yeah, let's just jump into it. What was the best/worst part about working on episode 2? Well, I can tell you the worst part was how long it took. I'm just glad it's out now so people can stop asking about episode 2, but now we're running into the problem with episode 3. People are asking when episode 3 is coming out. It's a never-ending cycle. Anywho, what was the best part about working on episode 2? Probably the voice actors doing the script. I just love working with the voice actors so much. Hearing them deliver the lines in the script is always a pleasure. Definitely like my favorite part, if that counts. Yeah. Hope that answers that question. We still got 24 more to go. Oh, this question is kind of similar to the first one. Favorite part of the animation process? I'm trying to think, like there's the storyboarding, the rough animation, the cleanup. I don't really do too much rough animation. I usually just skip straight to the cleanup, because I'm really freaking good at cleanup. Cleaning up is probably what I'm best at. Is it fun? Most of the time, usually, unless it's like a really tedious scene. But yeah, I'm really good at cleanup animation. That's kind of my thing. If I were to get an industry job, I definitely would apply for 2D cleanup. Question 3. Is the smell of blood like pheromones to a vampire? Honestly, I would say yeah. I mean, imagine if like your best friend smelled like your favorite food. My 2 favorite food smells are vanilla extract and barbecue, right? Like sometimes I'll ride my bike past a restaurant and I can like smell the barbecue as I ride on by, and it just smells so good. So like imagine if that type of scent were to come off of a person, bro. Dude, I'd be losing my shit. Which character did you come up with first? I mean, technically I think the answer is Rose, because she's my self-insert OC. Originally the series was going to revolve around her, And if you guys have read my webtoon, the series did originally revolve around her and her relationship with Valerie, but then I realized, you know, once William and Callum became a thing, I realized it was more fun to make stories involving them and not so much the girls, you know what I mean? The story over time just kind of evolved into more of like William's story, so now William is the protag, whereas the other characters are like the duotagonists, you know what I mean? Any weird or hilarious things happen during the voice acting process. So, fun fact, I actually do have a video of a bunch of William bloopers. You guys have probably seen it, and if you haven't seen it, I'll link it below. But those William bloopers actually do come from episode 2. You guys should check the original date that video was uploaded. That's how long that shit was recorded, bro. We recorded episode 2 over 2 years ago at this point. It was that long ago. But yeah, like, those bloopers come from episode 2. And there's a lot of funny bloopers in that video. Dude, the amount of whimpering slash moaning that Lucian did for me was a little too much. The next time I talk to him, I'm definitely gonna have to bring that up with him. I mean, okay, technically the scene did call for, you know, whimpering. Like, that's a lot. And I had to listen to all of it just to find the right tidbits. That was rough. Do you plan on introducing new characters? I do. There's actually a lost episode of Revamped that I never officially uploaded yet. I'll probably upload it next year. It was supposed to be uploaded like last year or this year, I think. But I had some issues with the voice actors, and I still need one of them to provide pickups for me, so you'll get to see these new characters next year, hopefully. Who's the hardest character for you to draw? Okay, so technically, this character is not in the main cast, but honestly, the hardest character for me to draw is probably Derek from my other revamped video, Get Back With Your Boyfriend, He's Bored. In Derek's concept art, he originally did have a ponytail. But then when I started storyboarding him, I realized it was really hard to draw him with his ponytail consistently, so I decided to just, you know, chop it off and get rid of the ponytail altogether, and now he doesn't have one. And to be honest, I have too many characters with long hair anyways, so having another short-haired character I think is a good thing for the series. Will William ever get therapy? Probably, but it's too early to tell, so who knows? Can vampires drink the color red? Not in this series, they can't. Honestly, like, out of all the vampire media that I've consumed, I'm pretty sure the concept of drinking red is, like, exclusively to Adventure Time, so if I were to take that concept, I feel like I would never hear the end of it. People would always compare my stuff to Adventure Time. Which, don't get me wrong, like, I do like Adventure Time a lot, actually, but, you know, no one likes to be compared to stuff all the time. That stuff gets really annoying, you know? I want to try to do my own thing, if it's possible. Is Callum William's first love? No. Callum is not William's first love, and William is not Callum's first love. I hope I said that correctly. I'm not repeating myself. Will Callum find out that William is a vampire? I mean, obviously, at some point he will. Just not right now, you know, we still have a few episodes left in the season. It'll probably be like a season finale type thing, so that probably won't come out for years to come, so you guys are just gonna have to stay tuned for that. Were there any references in the episode? You know, if I'm being totally honest, these episodes were made so long ago, I don't even remember like half the references that I put in them. The only 2 references I remember off the top of my head in episode 2 was the Drake and Josh reference, bro. Literally, like, the first scene in the episode, there's a part where William says, "See you in chemistry," which is a literal reference to Josh from Drake and Josh, who said the exact same thing to Mindy before he slammed the door in her face.
See you in chemistry, okay, bye.
See you in chemistry.
Surprisingly, no one pointed that out. I'm surprised. And then the second reference that everyone keeps getting wrong, by the way, it's the crazy fish-eyed lens William pose right here. Everyone keeps saying that this is a Bungo Stray Dogs reference, But believe it or not, I've never actually seen Bungo Stray Dogs before. I don't even know what the show is about. The only thing I know is that KG Tang voices the main character in the dub, I think. But yeah, this is not... I mean, okay. I will say, I do recognize the image that everyone's talking about. I know it's this image right here, right? I get that. But it's actually a Demon Slayer reference, believe it or not. I am a huge Demon Slayer fan. I love Demon Slayer more than anything. This scene in Revamped is actually a reference to this scene in Demon Slayer. I literally took this frame right here and I referenced it into this. So yeah, unfortunately it is not a Bungo Stray Dogs reference. I've never seen the show. But yeah, are there any other supernatural beings? What? Are there any other supernatural beings other than vampires? I would assume so, we just haven't met any yet. How long have Rose, Valerie, and Callum known each other? So the show takes place during their sophomore year, so I want to say that they've known each other for at least a year. They probably all met each other when they were in high school, so I would say they've known each other for at least a year. What is an ordinary Joe's perspective of vampires in this world? If I'm being totally honest, I feel like an average Joe, or an ordinary Joe as this person said, wouldn't even know that vampires exist. I feel like there's two worlds happening at the same time. The mundane world, and then like the shadow world. You know what I mean? You have the mundane world filled with all the humans and whatnot, and then you have this like parallel shadow world with all the creatures and shit, right? The two worlds are supposed to like coexist in harmony, but in order to maintain that harmony, the two worlds technically aren't really supposed to collide with each other. Like, humans technically aren't supposed to know they exist, but if a vampire wants to reveal themselves, they can. You know what I mean? We see it in other media like all the time. They're not supposed to know they exist, yet they do it anyways, whatever. But yeah, Gojo or Sukuna? Okay, this isn't even a question relating to Revamped, it's just a JJK question. Gojo or Sukuna? Honestly, I think... Okay, I'm not a manga reader. I don't know how it happens. I know something happens to Gojo. I don't know how, and I don't want to know how. I literally cannot go on Twitter without people spoiling JJK for me, so I'm still choosing Gojo. I don't care. I like him a lot. Okay, this is a crazy question. Will there be any frisky content between the two? To be honest with you, like, I did want to include like some biting scenes. Maybe we'll see that in a later episode. I don't know if biting counts as being frisky enough for you. I did have an idea for a college time skip yaoi comic. I have no idea like when or even if I can create something like that. I will say, if you guys follow me on Instagram, then you guys know that I did post kind of like a sneak preview on my Instagram story a few weeks ago, and tell me why it became like my most viewed story of all time. I usually average at least like 200 views with like 20 to 30 likes on my story. I'm pretty sure that sneak preview ended up getting like 300 views with 40 likes. I don't know why. I mean, college yaoi, I guess, but it became my most viewed story of all time. If you saw it, then you know what I'm talking about. Bro, also the voice actor for Callum himself saw it too, and he liked it, bro. So I guess if you guys want to see me create the college time skip yaoi comic, let me know. Let me know if you guys really want that. I'll try to make it happen next year after I take a hiatus, because I need a break. What is the time frame between episodes? Okay. Honestly, not that much time has passed. I want to say episode 1 took place in September of the school year, because where I'm from, the children usually start school in September. I know some people start in August, but I start in September. So episode 1 takes place in September, and then I want to say episode 2 is probably late September, early October. Episode 3 will probably also take place in late October, if I had to guess. But yeah, not that much time has passed. There was a line in episode 2 where Callum said, "I know we just met, but I just can't help but worry about you." I want to say, like, bro, episode 2, there's like maybe a week or two in between the two episodes. Was Valerie born as a vampire? No, she was not. So William was born as a vampire, but Valerie was turned into one. Interesting, isn't it? How many episodes will there be? So I had originally planned for there to be 5 episodes in the first season, but if I'm being totally honest, I think episode 5 might be a little long, so I'm probably gonna have to split it into like a part 1, part 2. So instead of there being 5, there's probably gonna be 6. If I had to guess, I would say there's gonna be 6 episodes in the first season. I am probably gonna need a hiatus after I post episode 3. I don't even have a script ready for episode 4. Like, I have not started production on episode 4 at all, and I'm not going to, because I need a break, bro. Getting episode 2 released on YouTube, and then I couldn't even take a break from that, because now I'm working on episode 3. Episode 3 is going to be posted literally like a month after episode 2. Like, I seriously need a break. You guys have to understand. I need a hiatus, and it's going to be so great. I'm going to play so many video games. It's going to be great. Does William have any siblings? No, he is an only child. Does Callum have ADHD? So, it was not my intention for him to have ADHD. However, I will say, like, if you having the headcanon that he does have ADHD helps you feel seen, then I'm all for your headcanon. But again, like, to answer the question, he technically does not. It was not my intention for him to have it. But again, if you feel seen, then I'm happy for you, and I'm happy with the headcanon. What inspired you to make this? What inspired me to make Revamped? I feel like I've answered this question numerous times. Usually when people ask, I always tell them the same thing, but, you know, I've always just wanted to have my own show one day, and I also really like fictional vampires and stuff. They're really cool. So yeah, getting to do this show for YouTube, seeing it take off the way that it did, having a small but loyal fan base, it's really nice, and I do want to keep doing it. I just need more breaks in between so I don't get burnt out. Do vampires in this universe have typical weaknesses? I want to say, like, most of the traditional vampire weaknesses still apply in this show. I think one of the major ones that does not apply is the whole sunlight thing, because obviously if sunlight was harmful to vampires, then William and Callum could never be together. They wouldn't be able to go to the same school together, so I had to kind of, you know, nix that one. Although I will say, visible light may not be enough to destroy a vampire, but I think ultraviolet light is still pretty harmful, right? If you were to take like an ultraviolet light and just shine it, it would probably burn them like crazy, bro. Also, on a hot summer day, they probably could not go to the beach without so much sunscreen, so many umbrellas, like, you know, that hot summer sun with all those UV rays would probably be really harmful for them. But yeah, like, other weaknesses like garlic, holy water, wooden stakes, like, those still affect them. But yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for asking these questions. To reiterate, Revamped is not going anywhere. I still really want to make content for this channel. I just can't fully animate these episodes anymore because it's kind of taking a toll on my psyche. But yeah, like, I still have so much other content that I can do. Like, for example, I had the official voice actors basically record a bunch of other comic dubs that you guys haven't even seen yet. I just haven't had time to animate them because I'm so focused on these episodes. But yeah, like, we can get comic dubs, we can get other type of content if you wish. College Yaoi coming sometime. Maybe. I don't know. I need to know if you guys want that. Please let me know in the comments below if you want that. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye!